Despite the promising opportunities in the space infrastructure industry, Redwire Corporation faces several external threats that could hinder its growth and long-term success. One of the major threats is the intense competition in the space sector. The industry is populated by well-established players like SpaceX, Blue Origin, Northrop Grumman, and Lockheed Martin, all of which have deep financial resources, technical expertise, and strong governmental relationships. These companies, particularly SpaceX, have become dominant players in the market, outpacing others in terms of technological advancements and cost-effective solutions, such as reusable rockets and low-cost satellite launches. Redwire, as a smaller and newer company, may struggle to compete with these industry giants, especially when it comes to securing high-value government contracts. Another significant threat comes from financial volatility and economic uncertainty. The space industry is capital-intensive, requiring massive investments in research, development, and infrastructure. With Redwire's history of losses, including a widening net loss of $18.1 million in Q2 2024, the company's ability to maintain consistent financial stability is a concern. Any economic downturns or budget cuts in space programs by governments, such as NASA or the European Space Agency, could directly impact Redwire's ability to sustain operations or scale up its projects. Additionally, a reliance on government contracts means Redwire is vulnerable to shifts in political priorities and budget reallocations, which could reduce funding for space exploration and infrastructure projects. Regulatory and policy changes represent another threat. The space industry is heavily regulated, and changes in space policy or international agreements could create operational challenges for Redwire. As the industry evolves, new regulations around space debris management, planetary protection, and space traffic control are likely to emerge. These policies could impose additional operational costs or delays, especially in launching new infrastructure projects or satellite systems. Furthermore, potential regulatory competition between countries could create additional hurdles for Redwire as it seeks to operate across multiple jurisdictions. Technological risks also pose a challenge to Redwire. Space infrastructure projects are inherently risky due to the complex and high-stakes nature of operating in space environments. Any technical failures in Redwire's products, such as their rollout solar arrays or advanced data and power management systems, ADBMS, could result in costly project delays, reputational damage, and loss of future contracts. Given that Redwire operates in mission-critical areas of space exploration, even minor technological setbacks could have substantial negative impacts on the company's standing with clients and investors. The fragmentation of international space markets could also be a threat. As space becomes increasingly militarized, with nations like China, Russia, and the US pursuing space dominance, geopolitical tensions could make collaboration more difficult. If international cooperation decreases and countries prioritize their domestic companies, Redwire might lose out on valuable opportunities to expand into foreign markets, particularly as other nations ramp up their own space programs. Finally, supply chain disruptions represent a growing concern, particularly as global supply chains have experienced strains in recent years. Given the complexity and specialized nature of space components, Redwire relies on a global network of suppliers for critical materials and parts. Any disruptions, whether due to geopolitical issues, natural disasters, or economic crises, could delay projects, increase costs, and disrupt delivery timelines, negatively impacting the company's financial performance and operational capabilities. In summary, Redwire faces threats from intense competition, financial instability, regulatory changes, technological risks, geopolitical fragmentation, and potential supply chain issues. These external factors could significantly hinder the company's ability to thrive in the highly competitive and capital-intensive space industry. For investors, these risks are critical considerations when evaluating Redwire's long-term growth potential.